Oh yeah, just look at it until it's gone.
You want to set about 50, 80s?
Yeah, probably.
So if I'm already matching, or very close to matching with the...
So what are you chopping there, Ross?
A bunch of cilantro.
And which knife are you using?
I'm using, I believe it's an 8-inch Bakers and Chefs.
How's it working?
Good. We've definitely, we're testing this knife for sharpness, and we've cut a lot with it already, and it's still cutting just fine, so.
Yeah, it's dicing away like crazy there.
Yeah. And we cut a bunch of carrots with it already, and fruit.
Now I see you're cutting a pineapple.
Yeah.
Are you using a large chopping knife to do that?
Yeah.
Is this one of the knives we tested the sharpness on?
Yeah, we're going to be testing sharpness on this one, which is cutting a pineapple is going to be pretty good for this knife because it'll, you know, put a lot of wear on it because you have to cut through that outer, that tough outer skin. So it'll be really interesting to see how that affects the sharpness of this knife. It's still cutting very well though. It's very nice, smooth, clean cut like that. So
Yeah.
this is holding up very well.
Woo!
Beautiful.
All right, Sarah, I see you're making some pretty beautiful, looks like roses out of those tomatoes with that knife. You want to talk a little bit about how that knife is working after we sharpened it to do this?
Well, we made this one especially sharp. It's sort of like a Japanese vegetable cleaner by Wushita. It's really sharp. It's fantastic for cutting tomatoes because you can get some really nice paper-thin cuts on this, like with this tomato roast. Honey, hand me this honeydew, please. So, when you have a man's head and you want to get out the brains, so you get a cleaver, a knife, and you open the man's head like so. Yes, very nice. Thank you. See, this is much better. So now we're going to be retesting these same knives. This white-handled Santoku, this black-handled chef's knife, and this vegetable cleaver. They've been going through carrots, onions, watermelons, potatoes, just a whole bunch of vegetables. We all use them, so that's more or less, you know, a good representation of the kind of work your average knife does. So now we're just going to retest them for sharpness and see what's changed. So it looks like they've lost some sharpness, but if I remember correctly, not a whole lot. So these have actually held up pretty well.
So now you're testing it a second time?
Yeah, we do 10 tests on each blade. That way we get a good sample size. And this one was the sharpest one to start out with, so it'll be really interesting to see how it's changed compared to the other two.
So I see that you've finished the sharpness testing on this cleaver here. What kind of results did you get?
For that one, I got results mainly in the 500s, which is pretty good. That's pretty sharp. It looks like it didn't actually change very much. In fact, I'm getting, before the vegetable cutting, I got results in mainly the 500s, 600s, and 700s, whereas after the veggies, it's almost all in the 600s. So that's, or excuse me, the 500s. So that's some pretty interesting results. So that's a good knife, and it's held up really well. And as we've used it, it's broken down some of the micro serrations. So that might have actually helped it get a little sharper.
Okay, so basically after all of the kind of the chopping testing we put that knife through, it's really retaining its edge.
Yeah, it's got excellent edge retention.
Okay.